Welcome, boys and girls. Today we're going to learn about something very important. No, it's not how to jitterbug or make the perfect malted milkshake. Today we're talking about defamation, parody, and the wild world of AI. So grab your books and put on your thinking caps.
Class, can anyone tell me what defamation is?
Isn't that when someone says something bad about someone else, Miss Whipple?
Almost, Tommy. Defamation is when someone makes a false statement about another person that harms their reputation. It's easy enough to hold people accountable for that, but what happens when the statement is made by a computer?
Gee whiz, Miss Whipple. You mean robots are out there telling lies about people?
Well, Tommy, they're not exactly gossiping over coffee. But let's just say they're getting pretty good at making up stories. Just like when you told everyone that you were sick the day of the math test.
With the rise of generative AI, even something as harmless as a joke can spiral out of control. Let's take a look at a story where this very thing happened. Picture this. A well-meaning candidate for city council, Denver Saidi, is giving a speech at the snowball dance at Trillium. Everything's going just fine until, oh dear, they mispronounce a name. How embarrassing. Harmless, right? Well, so it seems. Now imagine a student decides to have a little fun with the candidate's blunder. Instead of just laughing it off, Wyatt Latu, a student at Trillium, uses generative AI to create a deepfake video of the candidate saying some outrageous things.
In that fake video, the candidate, who's running on a platform of public safety, makes jokes about fleeing from the cops after a night of drinking down at Rossi's. Of course, that never actually happened, but that didn't stop the video from spreading like wildfire on social media.
Pretty soon, everyone in town had seen the video, and many believed it was real. The candidate's once spotless reputation was now as tarnished as a rusty old car. Naturally, the candidate wasn't too pleased about this, and so they decided to take legal action. Denver Saidi filed a lawsuit for defamation and had to hurry to make sure the video didn't do any more damage to their campaign. They sought a preliminary injunction to have the video taken down.
Well, this is certainly an interesting case. We've got deepfakes, defamation, and a dash of school drama. But before I can decide if this video needs to be taken down faster than a bad haircut on yearbook day, we've got some work to do. There are 4 things I need to consider. First, how likely is it that the plaintiff will succeed on the merits of this case? That is, how likely is it that if we go to trial, the plaintiff would prevail on the claim of defamation? Second, is there a chance of irreparable harm if the video stays up? If indeed the video is damaging to their reputation, can that damage be undone? Third, we don't want to hurt any third parties. Let's try to keep the impact of this as narrow as possible. And fourth, we need to think about the public interest. Should this video keep circulating, or is it doing more harm than a cat video with no cats? Honestly, it's like trying to decide who gets the last slice of pie at Thanksgiving. Everyone's got a stake in it, but you want to make sure that no one goes home hungry, or in this case, unfairly defamed. But since this isn't pie, and it's a bit more complicated, I am setting this case for an evidentiary hearing on January 17th. That way, both sides can present their evidence and I can make a more informed decision, like a smart shopper on Black Friday. Do the parties have their witness lists ready to exchange?
Yes, Your Honor. The plaintiff has already collected depositions from 3 witnesses. We're prepared to call Denver Saidi, the plaintiff in this case, who will deliver a heartfelt TED Talk about the circumstances surrounding the defamatory video and the impact it has had on their reputation. Second, we are prepared to call Jules Melnick, a teacher at Trillium who saw the video and did what every pessimist always does and assume the absolute worst. Lastly, we have prepared the testimony of Theo Ngoma, campaign manager for Principal Saidi, who can tell the court all about how this pesky video is causing more problems than a colony of bedbugs.
Your Honor, the defense has also collected the statements of 3 witnesses who will put this parody video in its proper context. First, Wyatt Latu, the defendant, is prepared to testify on their own behalf to talk about the parody and why this whole lawsuit misinterprets their point. Second, Sloan Rossi, the proprietor of the town watering hole, and also, for some inexplicable reason, a school board member, is ready to walk the court through their impressions of the video and why it is having almost no impact on an already failing campaign. And lastly, parody expert Emery Popovich is prepared to sing Wyatt's praises as a parodist and explain how and why the video is exactly the kind of social and political commentary a town like Harmony needs, like Saturday Night Live with slightly lower production values.
Well, sounds like I'm in for a real masterpiece theater.
So, class, what have we learned today?
That we should be careful about what we post online, especially if it can hurt someone.
Exactly. Now, let's all go home and practice making jokes that don't end up in court. Class dismissed.